dead, where evil lurks in every shadow and monsters roam the streets, mankind's only survival rests in the hands of two Welsh warriors. Armed with boomsticks, chainsaws, and bad language, these beacons of hope will stop at nothing to obliterate deadites, vampires, psychotic nurses. So, hold tight, strap in, and let the professionals take charge. Otherwise, you're in for a rough, blood-soaked night.
Well, I gotta say, we've had a nightmare.
I didn't know when it was going to start because that opening video was just block, block, block.
You can't hear our trailer.
No, but that time it was just images and then it'll cut. Oh, God.
Feel like we're going back to dial up. Yeah, so it was my fault Wednesday. Just before our show, my computer did like an update. Normally it's fine, takes 2 minutes, and it just wiped my mic from existence. My wife is like an IT expert. That's her job. She couldn't fix it. Couldn't find it anywhere. And then I switched computers, but by then it was too late. And then one of my clients found it. It was some stupid thing had been toggled right behind the scenes, disabled. Fucking computers.
I wasn't gutted. I crawled right into bed. Check the film on.
Your mic is slightly too low now. I did tell you it was too loud before we went on.
Make your mind up, Jenks. Make your mind up.
Say something.
Hello.
Yeah, say more things.
Oh my God, what do you mean to say?
Oh, that'll do. How's things, right?
Yeah, not bad. I've had I say a busy weekend. I had a lazy Saturday and a busy Sunday. Was it 6 films yesterday?
6 films.
Not my most, Jenks. I have been watching Ed Gein alongside films. So I didn't get as many as I wanted in, but I got 6 new films in, 3 from 2025. There is one I want to talk about. I'll get into it when we're deep in the podcast because it does relate to VHS because it's found footage as well, but we'll chat about it later because it'll be a big recommendation from me, that one will.
I started watching Ed Gein last night, but my daughter came down and it's inappropriate. So I didn't know Ed Gein had a 6-pack. I don't know.
Jenks, that isn't the most troubling thing about the show. Oh my God, Ryan Murphy's got a flair for over-dramatization.
So I only watched half the first episode, maybe even a quarter. Charlie Hunnam. I'm not a big fan of him in general.
Hunnam.
What's his name? What's his name?
Charlie Hunnam.
Hunnam. Well, I just said I'm not a big fan. What have I seen of his? I started watching, what's it called? Sons of Anarchy. Rubbish.
Yeah.
And I watched Green Street, worst Cockney accent ever. It was so bad. I thought he was an American. I didn't know he was like
English.
He's Newcastle, I think, isn't he? He's a
maybe. I don't know.
Geordie or Liverpool. Anyway, not a big fan of his.
He's pretty good in this. I'm not 100% sold on his voice. I've heard audio recordings of Ed Gein, and he doesn't quite sound like that. But it's as a work of fiction. It's good. But he's a real guy who hurt real people, and this like the same he did with all the other ones he's done. He makes these people like gods. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I loved the Jeffrey Dahmer one. That was brilliant. That first episode could have been a movie just on its own. But I just think I'm guessing it's embellishing, like Ed Gein. I don't think he probably 10 episodes.
One of the big things for me about it as well is that Anthony Perkins was closeted, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It wasn't until after his death, I think, the world knew. And they obviously they've got Anthony Perkins in it, preparing for Psycho, and they really delve into his homosexual sides. Like there's a bit where he's having a blowjob in the cinema, Jenks, and I thought, I don't know how respectful that is to the family that's still alive, like Oz Perkins, because it's something that he wasn't proud of and something that he hid for a long time. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, for his family, do you know what I mean?
And is it necessary as well?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I've got some problems with it, but for the most part, it's enjoyable.
Well, I just come back from watching the Smashing Game. Smashing Machine.
Jenks, the king of saying things wrong.
No, I'm turning to my mother-in-law. Smashing Machine. I got to say, I enjoyed it. It is by the numbers, this kind of film. I know it's a true story, but they are very formulaic. These
Yeah,
films.
of course.
It's not that interesting a story, but I enjoyed it because I like MMA. I like fighting. I give it 4 stars.
Yeah.
And I would recommend it. It ain't gonna blow you away, but
Yeah, of course. No,
it's
the majority of
flawless.
stuff I've read is just like no one really knows Mark Kerr. He was never really that relevant unless you were there right at the start of MMA. Mark Kerr would have been a legend then, but he hasn't really stayed relevant. People are just kind of scratching their heads as to why they decided to do a biopic on Mark Kerr.
Yeah,
But stranger biopics have been made, Jenks.
it's just that like as if like you can't make a biopic unless somebody had a drug addiction. As if like as if like, oh, he had drug addiction, perfect, we'll make a film of him, regardless if he was that relevant.
It's like they're asking me like, oh, did he have a drug addiction? No. Okay, that's a yes.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Did he have a?
Would you prefer cocaine or heroin?
I would recommend it. It was quite flawless in respect to what it was trying to do. He's very good in it. The Rock. There's nothing wrong with The Rock as an actor. He just.
It's the films he picks in it.
Yeah,
like,
he's very good in Ballers as a normal actor.
Yeah.
He can do it.
Do you know? Everyone's talking about like this is Dwayne Johnson's turn into like I suppose like Oscar contention acting. I reckon he got there when he did The Tooth Fairy. I reckon he went somewhere and then he went back to his shit films like Fast and Furious and that.
But if you've ever wondered if he can act, if you watch Ballers, because he's not a tough guy in that, he is really good.
I know he can act. I mean, even in his cheesy films, like the guy can act. Like, do you know what I mean? He sells every role he does. He just plays the same person every time.
Yes,
he can act, but it would be nice to see him play other people. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Someone put together, right, 4 images, right, from 4 different films, and he looks exactly the same. He's dressed exactly the same. It was like Welcome to the Jungle, Jumanji, and another 2 films, and it was like, would you guys believe me if I told you these were 4 different films? And you can't see the difference.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of jungle films. Jungle Cruise, Welcome to the Jungle.
That's another one,
Jumanji.
Similar claws.
Yeah, I know.
Bald, juiced up.
Juiced. Come on now, Curtis. Oh my God. And you know, it's funny now, you got pictures of him really skinny now. It's like, oh, is Dwayne The Rock Johnson ill? I'm like, no, he's just off the gear. What the fuck are you talking about?
He's off the gear because he's getting old.
Let me tell you something about bodies, right? No, the easiest way to know someone's on gear is how quick they get big and how quick they get small. And normal muscle does not disappear that quick.
100%. I'm going to say hello to everyone, Jenks.
Yes.
We've got John Moran. What's happening, John?
Hi, John.
We've got Wendy Palfrey. Hiya, Wend. Vivian's in the house. Hiya, Vivian.
Hi, Vivian.
And Vivian asks, have any of you seen this movie? I saw it yesterday. We have. We've seen it. We've got Gory Tiger. What's happening, Gory? Hope you're doing well. We've got Palf.
How's it going, Palf?
We've got Tyler. Tyler says legends. You're the legend, Tyler.
Yes.
Thank you,
How's
pal.
it going, Tyler?
Look at this. You guys cancelled last time on my birthday. Don't say you guys, because it was all Jenks, all right? Jenks cancelled.
It was Curtis's fault tonight and my fault last time.
But we made it. We made it. Dawn Keat, nice and early.
Hi,
Dawn.
Well, she's late, actually. It's just we were late.
Yeah. We've got Jill John. Hiya, Jill.
Hi, Jill.
We've got Gina.
Gina.
Happy birthday for last Wednesday, by
Yes.
the way, Tyler. Hope you had a good one,
birthday,
pal.
Dude.
Gina says, it's mine today. I'm an old bitch at 49, but feeling 80. Well, a massive happy birthday to you, Gina.
Yes.
Hope you're having
and you're not
cracking
an
day.
old biatch.
We've got Paula Fitzhenry. Hiya, Paula. Hope
Hiya,
you're doing
Paula.
well. Jordan says, after watching one battle after another on Friday, I find it very hard to believe anything will be better than that this year. That's fighting talk. I'm going to see it tomorrow at 10 to 5.
I've heard mixed things about it, so
No,
I
you
don't
haven't,
know.
Jenks. Shut up.
Yeah.
No, someone local has told you that it's crap, right? You haven't heard mixed things.
What I've heard is it's very, very too long and a bit woke.
It's a social commentary, like talking about the current climate. So I wouldn't say it's woke, Jenks. It's just
You haven't
it's just
seen
talking
it.
about.
You haven't
I
seen
know,
it,
I
so
know.
you can't say
but
I wouldn't.
I
call
haven't
it woke.
heard. I haven't heard one person say it's woke. It's just a social commentary about what's going on now.
Yeah, okay.
Which would be very much relevant. But I will get back to you. But to say it's got mixed reviews, Jenks, that is bonkers. That's insane.
Well, it's not. It does.
Happy birthday, Gina. There we are. Right, we're all caught up. Let's get stuck in.
I did want to
mixed reviews.
Shut up, Baloo. I did want to talk quickly about this because I had this loaded up last week, and I was desperate to say it because it's my favorite film of all time. This bad boy. I was searching the other week, thinking, is this film ever coming out? Is this just a joking film? And I found out, well, last week, but obviously a lot of people know about it now, that Devin Sawyer is in it. Now, that is not like initially we're like, oh, that's cool, a proper actor, but he hasn't really been anything good for a long time, has he?
But it does give me hope, though. Like, yes, he hasn't been relevant for a long time. He's a bona fide 90s star that's had a resurgence because of legacy sequels and stuff like that. And I think people are going back and plucking out actors from the 90s and what have you.
Yeah.
But that gives me massive hope.
But
the small hope that I have has at least got some boost because he's obviously interested in the project enough to do it.
Well, I'd say he probably loves Return of the Living Dead, the first one, and thought, oh yeah, I'll do it. I haven't read a script yet. Do you know?
I haven't read a script in 20 years.
One thing I will say is this dude, Peter Coyote, was in E.T., he was in Erin Brockovich, he was a bit of a proper actor. He was in Return of the Living Dead 4 and 5. He was like
Oh, okay. Did he have a big part in Erin Brockovich, though?
Yeah, he was one of the lawyers. He was a big deal in E.T., he's a proper actor. Anyway, one thing I will say about the new Return of the Living Dead, it's got Tony Gardner, who did the creature designs in Army of Darkness, Return of the Living Dead. He also did Thriller, which is awesome. And he created this mask.
Nice.
And he's doing all the creatures, or certainly the Tar Man in the new film. He also did the makeup in Zombieland and Hocus Pocus.
Okay, so this is what I mean, Jenks.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
You're getting some talented people on board. It could still be shit. Look, there's Hollywood movies coming out every year that are shit, right?
Yeah.
With massive actors attached. So, it's not a definitive thing. But if you're getting these talented people attached, there's got to be something there. It at least gives me hope that the quality is going to be better than 4 and 5.
Say what you like about Hard Eyes. The mask was the best thing about the movie, and this dude came up with it. And you got to take your hat off to him, I'd say.
Well, yeah, you can't blame the whole movie on him, can you? You just got to look at the designs he's done.
No, that's what I'm saying. The best thing about that film is the mask, which means that there's it's an awesome mask. And that was a big selling point. So yes, I am quite chuffed. And the guy worked on the original. You can't beat that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We'll see. Anyway, should we talk about VHS? What number is this now, Kurt?
8.
VHS Halloween. Now, I had to pay $4.99 for this because I'd cancelled my. Can
I just say one thing before you start?
What?
I am dreading this because I know for a fact you're going to hate it. I know for a fact you hated it.
Yes, you were correct. This is the worst one in the franchise for me. It was beyond comprehension of how this piece of shit got made. I could not believe my eyeballs. Look, all of the VHSs have weak ones, apart from the second one. The second one is just so high up compared to the other ones. It's bonkers. But all of them, I do look forward to, believe it or not, Kurt. I know you don't think I don't.
Oh, don't talk shit now. Don't talk shit.
Because I know there's going to be at least one I enjoy, or maybe even two, okay? And there's always about 5 stories in general, and maybe 1 or 2. So it'd be worth it if it's 1 or 2. This had 0. Zero for me. Zero
Jenks,
fucking
you can't
stories.
say this is worse than VHS Viral. That is insane.
Okay,
or VHS 89.
Well, I didn't hate
99.
To remind me which one's 99.
VHS Viral is the one with the ice cream van.
Okay, well, it's as bad as that then, put it that way.
You're talking.
I'd have to rewatch that to know. But yeah, this is the freshest in my mind. This was absolute dog shit. You'd have to be hardcore fan and blinded by creativity to see any good in this piece of shit.
Yeah, that's mental to me, because even you saying things like you'd have to be blind to enjoy this is a bit ignorant, Jenks, because...
Ignorant.
It is ignorant, because...
Oh, my God.
There's nothing wrong with this film whatsoever. The wraparound story is good. The practical effects are top class. It's very consistent in terms of the Halloween theme. Not one of the segments are shit. Now, there's weaker ones and there's better ones. The last one, Home Haunt, is fantastic, Jenks. Oh my God, what are you talking about? Not one good segment. That last segment was phenomenal.
Jesus Christ, that is
It
mental.
even had Rick Baker in there, right? And Rick Baker knows a good project when he sees one, right? If you don't know who Rick Baker is, Google him. You probably don't.
Didn't Rick Baker do this as well? Thriller?
Yes.
See,
An American
there we
Werewolf in London.
Yeah, I know.
But Jenks, look, I finished it and I was like, oh, Jenks isn't going to like that because I know how much of a fusspot you are. But to say you have to be blind to see any goodness in this and there isn't one good segment, even the ID one, the ID video one, what was wrong with that one?
The ID?
Yeah, the photo ID thing where he films the kids.
Yeah, do you know what the problem with that one, right? It was grotesquely violent for the sake of violent. I don't know how it got past the 15 rating. That was quite a horrible segment. Wasn't clever. It was just cruel. It was just 20 minutes of torturing children. I don't get where the talent comes in. It was just pointless.
So that was probably my least favorite one, but in terms of like consistency, it fits in with the rest of them. But like coochie, nothing there at all. That opening one.
No, I was intrigued. I thought, oh, this is cool. Go to this house, like a house of horrors, whatever it is. And it was a bit creepy when the woman or whatever it was poking around the corner. That was it. The rest was absolute shit. You had these stupid fat cheeks. I got a picture somewhere. No, I haven't got a picture. I just hated it. And I thought, okay, let's see what's next. Please be a good one. The next one, oh my fucking God. Please tell me you didn't think this was good. This was awful.
That's my least favorite one. I'll say that. Like I said, I'm not saying this is perfect. Look, I've rated this lower than VHS Beyond, right? I give VHS Beyond 4 stars. The only 2 that have 5 stars are 1 and 2. Both perfect VHS movies. VHS Beyond, I give 4. I give this 3.5 stars, right? It's got a lot of problems. None of the segments absolutely blew me away. Like, I loved Home Haunt, the final segment. I thought it was a great one, and I would put it up with a lot of the ones that I love, right? But every VHS that's come out, there's always been one that, like Safe Haven and VHS 2. Nothing for me has ever beaten that one. But then you've got the VHS Beyond where they're falling from the sky. That one blew me away. Now, this one is probably the most consistent just because they're all on the exact same level. Now, there's ones I enjoyed a little bit less than the others. But in terms of like Halloween and keeping in tone with everything else, it's kind of a perfect VHS movie. And yeah, none of the stories were mind-blowing, but it was exactly what it said on the tin. Just silly, fun, colourful Halloween stories that don't need to be picked apart. If you look at it as an experience, as a whole film, I had a great time with it.
This film, okay, every single VHS, like I said, has duds. And the duds you kind of put up with because you got brilliant episode. You got like in the last one, Beyond, the parachute one was great. As much as hard as it was to watch the Katie Seagal one, it was very grainy. The concept was really clever, where this thing kept healing her, and she became this mutant. Do you remember the segment?
Yeah, of course I do.
When she goes into like hyperdrive
Yeah.
or something. Very hard to watch, but what a great idea, what a great concept. This was just all the worst segments, consistent. Yes, they were all consistent. Yes, they were all Halloween themed, but they were pointless. They had no story. They were just overly gory. And this segment was one of the worst I've ever seen. A monster that's made of sweets. Fucking hell. Oh, it's so crap. Like, and it was trying to be funny. Like the girl goes, when she's lost her boyfriend, her boyfriend's dead. Oh, I'm just going to jump on this conveyor belt and I'm going to kill myself. It's too hard. I'm like, as if you jump on a conveyor belt to get chopped up and made into chocolate. That's not a quick way to go. Fucking hell. Oh my God. I fucking hated it. And the segment in between the cans of pop with the experiment, do you know, it just felt like one basic segment stretched to the limit over the space.
Oh, it was still only fucking 10 minutes, Jenks. Jesus Christ.
But what's worse, though...
It was shown in 2-minute segments, man.
But what's worse, Kurt, right, is that segment, the in-between, you'd think it would be Halloween themed because it's fucking the main segment connecting tissue of it all, and it wasn't even Halloween based. It was just some experimenting on some monster pop.
Well, you know, it's a sugary drink, you know, Halloween, sugar, sweets.
Would you agree that it should have been a Halloween themed segment based?
No, I do agree with you, and I like when the wraparound story connects to the wider story. Again, VHS 1 and 2 did it the best. VHS 2, the best, when those group of teens are sent to go find some videotapes and they find that house and they're putting the videotapes in and we're seeing what they're seeing. Now, I wish they would go back to that, but I suppose how many more ideas can they come up with people finding VHS tapes? I get it.
But wouldn't it be better if instead of the can of pop, like if you wanted that segment, put it in, but wouldn't it be better to have a house where people come into the door for candy, and that's the segment, the same people coming back and forth, not some experiment in a lab about a monster can of pop. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I get you. Like the segment itself, I loved, right? The wraparound story in this one, even if it doesn't connect to the story and it doesn't really relate to Halloween, I liked the wraparound. The practical effects were insane. It was grim, grisly. One thing I will say is the colourful tones of it obviously match the rest of the movie. I didn't feel like it was out of place, even though it didn't really have any Halloween themes in it. It fit the rest of the story. And I'll keep saying stuff like that, Jenks, because VHS is all about the aesthetic and going in and having fun and playing with the idea that they're throwing at you. I just don't think these movies are for you, and that's okay. But for you to come on here and say you have to be blind to enjoy this one, and it is the worst VHS movie, that is so bonkers,
right.
Jenk.
Okay, right. Why can't this be the worst VHS film? There's 8 of them.
Yeah, I know that, but
one of them's going to be the worst.
There's 2, right? I'm a bit blind, right? I am a bit blind when it comes to VHS, right? I love the concept, I love the idea of it, so I'm always going to be a little bit biased towards them, because I wouldn't even say biased. This is what I like. Do you know what I mean? Like, my style of film, I enjoy watching stuff like this. So it's not even biased. It's just what I like to see in a film, right? But there's 2 that I genuinely really hate, where I don't see any redeeming factors in them. And it's VHS Viral and VHS 99. Both absolutely awful with no redeeming factors.
Tell me a couple of the segments for 99. Refresh my memory.
God, I watched it once when it came out, and... Okay, one of the segments, they get sent to hell.
Oh, with the cardboard rocks.
Yeah.
Yes, and they think the neighbour
and they've got that little
alien.
devil man. Okay, their neighbour, they're spying on the neighbour, and I think she's a siren or something, a Medusa.
Yeah, she's an alien or something, I don't know.
I don't know. That one, I finished, and I was heavily disappointed, and with the majority of the VHS franchise, there's loads in there for me to love, and there's always going to be a weak segment.
See, this is the what you got to remember, is that there's 8 segments. This is my least favorite. Okay, I didn't hate Viral as much as you did. I didn't like it, but I it didn't see it a massive drop off for some of the weaker ones. The best ones are the second one by a country mile.
Yeah, of course.
Then the first one, then the one where the guy is half a robot, he's been experimented on.
94.
94,
Yeah.
that was a decent one. There are a few crappy segments, but like I said, as long as there's 2 or 3 that I like, or I can put up with, it only has just one really good segment, 2 basic ones, and 2 crap ones. I'm happy. I didn't like any of these segments. If you made me watch this again, I'd rather pull my teeth out. It was absolutely
So
shit.
that's weird because I would rank mine the exact same way as you. So I've got 2, 1, 94, and then there would be 83, and then VHS Halloween. No, VHS Beyond, VHS Halloween, and then the other 2 shit ones.
So I can't really remember what I give Beyond. I think maybe 3 stars. I might have dropped to 2 stars just to spite you because you were bugging me.
Yeah, you did actually.
But no, in retrospect, I give that 3 stars because, yeah, again, it was 5 stories. 2 were good.
I thought Beyond was better than this. In terms of how elevated the stories were and how complete they were, I'd go for VHS Beyond. But if I'm going for like pure VHS aesthetic, I had a great time with this one. It's dropped half a star from VHS Beyond, but oh my god, like I knew you were gonna hate it when I finished it, but the worst one, oh, that's bonkers.
Well, again, something's got to be the worst. Maybe if I rewatched Viral, it'd be the worst. The worst thing about Viral was this the ice cream van. It was just so messy. Didn't know what was going on.
It is so cheap and nasty. It just feels like it wasn't made by professional. I don't know. Filmmakers.
And also, it came after VHS 2, arguably one of the best.
Why can't they do VHS 2 again?
I don't. This is what bugs me, right, Kurt? Like, I know you get excited of these, right? But I genuinely love anthology films, and I just don't get why they're not better. There are so many talented people out there that will work for free, will put their shit on YouTube for free, that can do a far better job. They're far more creative than these segments. These segments are about 20 minutes long, right? Mm-hmm. Basically the length of an episode of Twilight Zone, okay? About 21 minutes, half an hour shows. I guarantee you, filmmakers out there be like, oh my God, what is this shit? I could do so much more in this. So much more than a fucking house where a Halloween house. I know you like this one. A Halloween house where they play a record and then there's a real Halloween house with people getting killed. And what the fuck? Then you could write that plot on a napkin.
That's fine, right? I know you're looking for plot, but you're missing the point of VHS completely. Like it's like I've said loads of times, Jenks. It's about the aesthetic and the setup. It's found footage. They go, how can we get really cool shit on camera? Okay, we've got a haunted house. The haunted house comes alive. And the set pieces in that segment alone, the shit flying at the camera, the witches coming to life and all the monsters around them, all the different rooms they go in and the stuff they discover, that is perfect for a short found footage movie. We don't need a big elaborate story. It's just about setting up cool scenarios to see with found footage. Like, I get it, that may not be for you and you want better stories, but you're missing the point completely of what VHS is about.
Well, so if you're saying that, then you think that VHS 2 should not be in the anthology because it's so far away from that. Because it is proper segments with proper stories. You can do a lot with 20 minutes. Yes, you don't have to have an amazing twist all the time, but having like people reaching into some sweets and then they go into another dimension and there's a sweet man eating them and making them into sweets. What the fuck? How can somebody write that shit?
But it is Halloween. It is Halloween.
Fucking sweet man. Oh, Jesus. I tell you what.
That was my least favourite segment, probably.
Anyway, you better read some comments.
Yeah, let me read some comments. Because I'm going to be cutting this one about half hour short. John says it's very black comedy and it's very tense in parts, but it's also satirized satirizes a lot of current affairs. Leo and Benicio are hilarious, and Sean Penn is equal parts terrifying.
Hey, I don't remember Sean Penn in the VHS.
Yeah.
As if he'd do this shit.
Look at that. Palf says, "What the hell, Jenks?" Yeah, you heard it.
I'm sure she enjoyed it.
Wendy says, "Whoa, let Jenks have his opinion." Of course.
Yes.
But what is a podcast, Wendy, if we can't have a heated debate? I'm not just going to go sit here and say, like, good point, Jenks, good point.
Thanks.
No. I'm gonna call him out on his shit.
No, I'm gonna cut that. No, you said it. Good point, Jenks. Good point.
I'm gonna call him out on his shit. Gina says, "I'm not going to argue with either of you. I haven't seen any of these films because I hate found footage." That's fair enough. Eli says, "I still haven't seen this one, but I'm a fan of the franchise." Yes. Palf says this was her favourite VHS movie. I don't think it's
the second one. No, and the first one.
I think it's been too long since I showed her the second one, to be honest. I need to
I bet she's a
get
guess.
that
Oh,
one back on.
fuck, I should open my big mouth. He called my bluff.
Dawn says, "Love the Hell House LLC footage, cracking films."
Yes.
The first one, at least.
Absolutely love Hell House. Underrated.
No, Eli, it is not as bad as Creepshow 3. Jesus.
I haven't seen Creepshow 3.
Awful film. Is that Sesame Street or something?
Listen, it's so bad, right? If you look, it is about a man who turns people into chocolate sweets, and he's made of sweets. Yeah.
Tyler says, "I watched VHS Halloween the minute it dropped. I had a good time. It was a mixed bag, like getting some full-size candy bars, but also boxes of raisins."
Fair enough.
Nobody likes raisins.
No.
Look at this. Didn't they advertise the soda as spooky in the end? Yeah, there was an ad at the end in there with the girl coming to the door, dressed up as a skull holding the drink.
I must have switched it off by then. Off.
Yeah, maybe. Tyler says, "I watched House on Eden right before this, so the bar was settled." Palf says, "House on Eden was so disappointing." Which one is House on Eden again now? I've gone completely blank. I've obviously watched it with Palf. Bloody hell, what was that one now? Oh yeah, the found footage one on Shudder, 1 star. Oh,
it's bad,
Jenks, it was awful. Oh, it was so bad. It was just two TikTokers made a found footage movie, and their TikTok accounts aren't even related to horror, so they don't even have horror accounts. Somehow they got a Shudder deal, but yeah. Tyler says, "Yeah, I heard it was bad, but watching it, I thought, oh, this is actually pretty competent. It's fine, but then it ended. Oh, I thought we were going to build up to something. It just felt like a waste of time." Yeah, I thought the exact same, Tyler. The setup was just as good as any of a found footage movie. How bad can they be? You've got a group of friends going somewhere and they're just filming each other shooting the shit. Yeah. But it's once the complicated things start happening, when you need to scare people, that's when found footage movies unravel.
I think
Eli says,
everybody thinks they can make a found footage film. They think, oh,
it's
film. Cheap. And it's like, no, it takes a bit of fucking talent.
Yeah. Eli says, "The VHS franchise isn't meant for stories or character development. It's just for turning your brain off and having a good time." Yeah, and this is what I say, Eli, to Jenks. But I'm not telling him he has to like it, because that's the point of it. I get that you need story, and that's fine. There's VHS movies for that.
Listen, but the parachute one doesn't have a story, and that was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, there's plenty that don't have stories, and I do enjoy them, and I can put up with it. But when it's shit and it doesn't have a story, then you're pushing it.
It's like good concepts. You don't need a good story. You just need a good concept.
If it's a good enough concept, I can forgive. Look, American Psycho doesn't really have a story. I don't care.
But it has Christian Bale.
And exactly. Yeah.
There's one film I want to talk about, Jenks.
Shoot.
It's a new found footage movie, came out in 2025. It's called The Man with the Black Umbrella. I don't even know if I want to recommend it to you now, Jenks, because I don't think you deserve a good recommendation. But I stumbled upon this one because I'm always usually looking for found footage movies, right? And this one popped up on TikTok or somewhere. Someone was talking about it, so I rented it last night. And oh my God, Jenks, it's the best found footage movie I've seen since Deadstream.
Really?
It is phenomenal. The setup, right? The setup and lore building is insanely good. It's so well acted. The lore around this mysterious man with a black umbrella, that itself is great, right? It opens up. You've got the footage of a murder. The only thing you see is a man walking into the house with a black umbrella, and then you hear the screams, he leaves. And then you've got the brother of the victim doing a deep dive to find out what happened to his sister, because the police don't seem to want to help him, right? They're being very hush-hush. And then you've got the build-up then, the lore building. Who is this man and what does he want and, you know, what's he all about? And then, honestly, right, by the last 20 minutes, I was begging for a great finale because the setup was so good. The last 20 minutes, Jenks, absolutely floored me.
Is it that good?
Terrifying. Now, at the risk of overselling it, I don't want to oversell it because I've got a habit of doing that, right? Because I get more scared than most people in horror films, especially ghosty type movies or jumpy films. I will jump the most. So whenever I've seen a film like that, I'll always come on you or to you, Jenks, and I'll always overhype it. But at the risk of overhyping it, the last 20 minutes, I screamed about 4 times. It is so tense, right? But it's because the build-up is so good. You're ready for a great ending. You're not bored. You're invested. You're locked onto the screen. So when the scares start happening and everything starts to unravel at the end, I think I said fuck like 4 times.
Is it?
It's one thing to jump in it, but when you're like shouting fuck at the same time, you know it's a good scare. But they deserved my jump because the setup was so good.
My jump.
You deserve my jump.
I had the same thing with Infested. I was swearing a lot and I was on my own.
In what?
When I watched Infested, the spider film, I was swearing like, "Oh, you bastard!" But in a different reason.
So massive recommendation for me, guys. The Man with the Black Umbrella. You can currently rent it on Amazon for $5.99.
Oh,
and
I wouldn't,
and I'm not getting paid for this promotion. I watched it last night, and it is the best found footage movie I've seen in a long time. And I'm not getting paid for this, but go and watch it, guys. It is more than worth your £6 to go rent this one.
I will watch it. I'm going to a Scream Unseen tomorrow. I'm guessing you probably know what it is. I'm guessing it's Black Phone, possibly.
No. So my cinema does it on the Tuesday, but it'll be the same film as yours. Do you want me to tell you what I think it is, what the clues lead to?
Give me the clues.
Oh, I don't remember the clues now.
All right. Well, I'm trying to think what's coming out. So it can't be Strangers that's already out. Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course, it's already out, man. Yeah.
Black Phone's a bit too far away. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think it's too big.
Not necessarily. I think
they usually do more independent-y type films. Do you know what I mean? Smaller films like In a Violent Nature, Dangerous Animals, Together maybe. Bring her back.
Together was quite a decent one, I think, quite high.
I'm not saying they.
What is it then?
Films.
What is it?
Apparently, Goodbye.
Oh well. As you're thinking that, I was going to talk about this Wednesday. I'm really looking forward to this film.
Me too.
I haven't heard much about it, whether it's good or not, but the concept is great. If it hasn't been done already, I think there's a short film out there with the same concept. I
think it might be his, Jenks.
Right, okay, and that's why
it might be his short film. Yeah.
Yes, it's a great concept. I really hope it's done well. I'm guessing it's got I know you hated Presence, but that kind of vibe of probably quite a silent movie. There's not, it's just a lot of camera angles and, there's horror in the silence. Oops.
The only thing I'm worried about is if the dog barks a lot. I don't want to sit there for an hour and a half listening to a dog bark.
That's the least of your worries. Yeah.
Why is that at least of my worries?
I don't know.
There's nothing more annoying.
It'd be more annoying if he's licking his balls for an hour and a half.
No, that's more tolerable. It'd be a little bit more silent.
Well, so it seems like this is what it's going to be tomorrow, is it?
Yeah, but mine will be on Tuesday, so we could review a Wednesday. Well, whatever it's going to be, we can review Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm watching it either way. I don't really care. Anyway, we should anything to add before we wrap it up, Kurt?
Well, I'm just going through the comments now.
Yes, shoot.
Eli says, I watched The Blackening with my wife last night. Damn, that movie's hilarious. Eli, I did not get on with that movie. I didn't really vibe with that one. Vivian loves The Blackening. Gina says, anyone seen the mental ad for animal AI interpretation? I don't need that shit. Zig tells me what he needs with his eyes. Don says, the picture you had on the screen reminded me of Morph. Fiom Tony Hart's program years and years.
Yes, I remember Morph.
Oh, look at this. We've got Ella. Hi, Ella. Hope you're doing well. You can come as late as you want to, Ella.
Yes.
Tyler says, I get immersed in movies easily. I scare easy. I am exactly the same way. Now, if you heard my scream sometimes, you'd think that I was like a shitbag. I'm not. I'm just immersed. And I enjoy being scared. So I allow myself to I allow my vulnerabilities to come out when I'm watching a horror movie, and I allow myself to get scared.
I get the same vibe, Kurt. when I watch a film in the cinema, there are so many ways to spoil the vibe. People talking, people screaming too loud or whatever. I think you have far better screams in the house, I think, in your own living room.
Oh, I'm less inclined to proper jump in the cinema. Like, I'll stop myself.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to embarrass my girlfriend in public.
Too late for that. Yeah. Right then, Kurt, should we wrap it up?
Yeah. Are you done shitting for the day before we go into our members? Because
So I just
clean slate, Jenks. Clean slate.
So I'm gonna say one last word on VHS Halloween. It's shit. 1 star. Kurt. That's the end of that.
VHS Halloween, not the best one. 3.5 stars, which is quite low for me on a VHS movie. I did really enjoy it. I love the aesthetic, but yeah, it just not one of the segments flew out to me. But yeah,
I feel like you're sort of like lowering your stars slowly as we talked about it. I know you said 3.5. No,
I said 3.5.
You seemed like you loved it at the start.
No.
I've convinced you that it's shit.
I do. Shut up! You never convinced me anything. I tell you, I really enjoyed it. But if I'm starring it compared to some of the other VHS movies, the quality was lower. But I had a really good time with it. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll be back later to as soon as we finish this, our members, we're going to do a members only Hills Have Eyes review. So once we finish the show, we'll come on straight back for our members. Other than that, we'll be back on Wednesday, usual time. No technical things this time. It was a pain in the ass, but it wasn't my fault. Well, it is my fault, but it wasn't completely my fault. But yeah, if it happens again, I'll grab my wife's computer, and because her computer just never has problems. Everything works on it.
You just need to get a better laptop, Jenks.
Yeah, I know. It's a pain in the ass. She's got a special one for work, or her work pays for her. So it's like super duper one, like mega super duper.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, have a good night. We'll see you on Wednesday. And the rest of your members, we'll see you in 5 minutes.
Awesome. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys. Good night.